Well, everyone, isn't it strange how beautiful everything stays despite what's going on? Anyway, here is today's coping with corona video. As one can see from this garden, South Africa is an absolute treasure trove for succulents and for aloes. In fact, we have got almost half the species of aloes that the world has, and we've got more species of succulent than any other country in the world. Now, here is how you can actually use them at the moment for something practical. So, aloe, of course, inside has got this kind of fleshy gel. I just cut this little bit open for you to see what it's like. And at the moment, with the shortage of hand sanitizer, it's quite useful to have a trick by which one can make one's own. And this does actually work, believe it or not. There's two basic ingredients that you need. You need something very high in alcohol. Drinking alcohol will not work, but something like methylated spirits does. So methylated spirits is 5% methanol, is that right? And 95% ethanol, which means that it is literally 100% alcohol and easily is going to fit the requirements for getting something alcoholic enough to kill a virus in a hand sanitizer. So I've already done quite a few leaves. I think this is leaf number 6. The thicker the leaf can be, the better. But obviously, chop away these rather beautiful and yet scary fangs of the leaf. There we go. I've arranged them so beautifully. Isn't that lovely? It's positively artistic. Crisis does bring out the very best in one's creative impulses. Okay, no, come here, darling. Now, there are various ways that you can slice and dice this, so to speak. I think that the best way is actually as easy as this. You see that there's a line down the middle, which you can get into the middle by, I literally think, just chop into that and try and do it kind of half-half. You might say, oh no, but you've missed so much. No, you haven't, because once you get inside, the gel is there and you scrape it. So you scrape the gel as follows until you've got decent quantities of it. Obviously do that on both sides. I've seen people try and open up the stuff with potato peelers and things like that. I think it's pointless because, to be honest, you're going to want to scrape anyway so that you don't miss any of that wonderful gel on the inside. So I think that that works better. Just chop it in two. Clearly, if the leaf is that much thicker, you're going to get that much more gel. Unfortunately, the part of the garden that I showed you now is technically not one which I can access because I've got a family member in quarantine in the flat down there that leads to that portion of the garden, and I'm not supposed to be leaving the property at all in accordance with very intelligent government guidelines. Thank you, President Ramaphosa. We are so grateful that you're president. Imagine if this happened 2 years ago. Oh my word, the thought doesn't bear thinking. I suppose 3 years ago. Gosh, time does fly. Anyway, thank you, Cyril. So, once you get all of that gel, let's toss that away. I'm just going to put it into something which I can blend in. There we go. And let's have at it. So, I'm going to mix that up until it makes a nice liquid, like a proper jelly kind of thing. And of course that is what makes it soothing and manageable for your hands when you put in the alcohol. Now the alcohol has to be at least 60% of the mix. If you don't have at least 60%, it's not strong enough. So all I'm going to do is see where this gets to, and I'm going to put in just under twice that amount. So I suppose there, that's going to about 65 or so. So I'm going to fill it up to the 200 ml mark, and then I figure that I've got a roughly 2/3 alcohol mixture. There we go. And we now have a hand sanitizer which is easy to produce if you have aloes in the garden and is soothing on the hand. Oh my! I'm kidding. Oh, that actually feels really nice. So succulent.
It smells so good as well.
It's wonderful. It could literally replace some of the perfumes which inevitably are going to vanish from our shelves as the economy tanks. Hopefully not. Okay, everyone, cope with Corona.